Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Mafi and today we're gonna be talking about some overrated books. Again, this opinion of mine is just my personal opinion. They're my personal feelings on those books that I'm gonna be talking to you guys about. They mean absolutely nothing. I don't want to upset anybody. It's just what I feel about those books and my opinion, and I don't want to trash those books or anything because for the most part they were great and I loved them, but I just didn't understand the hype around the books. That being said, we can get into the video. Please don't hate me. No hate to these books or these authors except one. I have here 5 books and or series. I like the number 5 and I think it's more than enough because for the most part I don't think books are overrated. There's a very few books that I could think of as overrated, so they're all on there and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and don't hate me at the end, please. The first series that I have is the Shatter Me series. So it's Shatter Me, Unravel Me, and Ignite Me. This is the first trilogy and you have other books in the same series that I haven't read yet but that I do own. These books are by Tahereh Mafi. This is the special edition because when I bought them I was in my Tahereh Mafi fandom era and I just loved so much all of her books that I thought I was gonna love this series so bad, so I just got my hands on the special edition. So I really love Tahereh Mafi as an author. I think she is a great author. Her writing is absolutely stunning and reading her books makes me feel so good. Her books bring me so much joy. However, with the Shatter Me series, which is the series that she wrote that is most talked about, I feel like they don't deserve the hype, as in to me the world building was quite simple. I hated the character of Juliet. She sounds like a pick-me girl and I just don't understand the hype around this book when she wrote so many other books that are just as great if not better, you know, like Furthermore, for example. I never hear anyone talk about Furthermore and it's one of the greatest books that I've read in my life. She has a new series out called This Woven Kingdom, which I absolutely adore, and I will be talking about that series in another video maybe someday. But as for Shatter Me, I just feel I liked the book, it was fine, but I think I don't know how to explain because she's my favorite author and I don't want to say bad things about her. And it's just my opinion, you know, it literally means nothing and I know you guys love that series. I just don't understand the hype when she's written so many other books that are way better than this. Which doesn't mean this isn't nice, okay? This is fine, this is cool. But just so you know, she wrote better things. Furthermore, I am gonna read the next books in the series because it's Tahereh Mafi and she could write a recipe and I would just be a sucker for it. So I'm gonna read the other books in the series. I have them. They are just waiting to be read, but it's not at all my favorite books. It's weird because I feel like a hater. I don't need to hate on anybody. It's very hard for me to do this. It's very hard. I love giving hype to books that are underrated, but saying my opinions about something that I didn't like as much makes me feel like the worst asshole in the world. You know the covers, you know the title, you know the series. It is obviously the Cruel Prince series by Holly Black. I read the series in maybe a week. It's a very addictive series. Now, it's not the best thing that I've ever read. It's not at all. The romance in it, however, was very, very well written and she gave us just enough to keep us on the hook for the main characters. And but I understand that you guys love this book. I understand the hype. I do understand the hype. like about these books. This has no impact on my life at all. I was not blown away. Like I don't know, I was kind of disappointed, you know, because of the like of people that sold me the book and that were like, this is the greatest book and it's so good and the romance is wow. And the romance was wow. The romance was very, very well written, and but like that was all. Like I was just like reading the book for the romance. All of the other parts were just, I don't know, I didn't like them. But yeah, The Cruel Prince was cool. It was fine when I read it, but it's just like so hyped everywhere, and I think I got sick of it. Like I did. People are really gonna hate me for this. Heartstopper by Oseman. Again, this is a series that I read and that I liked. I get why people like it so much, probably because of the representation that we as a community don't get often. I'm including myself in the LGBTQ plus community because I am dating a girl. Yeah. But I was very bored reading this, like really, really bored. And that doesn't mean that I hated the books. I just don't get why people like them so much. It's literally just like a basic love story, you know. And maybe I think my problem is I'm not a romance kind of girl. Whether it's between like two straight characters or two gay characters, I'm not into romance. So maybe that was me. That's my problem. I don't like romance unless it's hate to love romance, which I kind of like, but I'm not a sucker for it, you know. So I think my problem here is that I don't like romance and that I was bored with these. Like, I don't know. I have a thing where I'm like, romance needs to be epic. But again, that's my problem. So then we have The Invisible Life of Addie Larue by V.E Schwab. If you've seen some of my previous videos, you know that I'm not a V.E Schwab fan. I can't with her books. I tried to read some of her books and it wasn't for me. But I did read The Invisible Life of Addie Larue and I was bored. Like, to me there was no plot. It was very, very descriptive, and I was very disappointed reading it. It is, however, beautifully written, which is why I finished the book. I'm gonna try, like, my next read is gonna be Gallant by V.E Schwab after I'm done with Vox. And I can't wait to read that book because I really want to like V.E Schwab's book. Like, I really want to like them. I want to like her work. I want to be part of the fandom because it looks great. The last book that I have is it's not a book that doesn't deserve the hype. It's an author that don't deserve the hype. Yes, I had to talk about Colleen Hoover because I really don't get it. Like, I've read some of her books. I read Verity, I read Ugly Love, I read It Ends With Us, It Ends With Us, It Starts With Us. This book is important. This book tells a story about domestic abuse and domestic violence, which is why I don't want to discredit this book. And like, I don't understand the hype around this author because, like, It Ends With Us is fine. Okay, it is an important story to be told. I just, like, I hate the way she writes. It's not really about It Ends With Us, it's more about her books in general. I think she writes very poorly and her stories are not interesting at all. I'm sorry if I sound mean. I know a lot of people really love Colleen Hoover books. It's just like I don't get the hype around this author, and I don't think she's a great author. I don't think she knows how to tell a story. I'm really uncomfortable when I talk about books that I don't like. I just feel like my opinion is so irrelevant. And you know what they say in Bambi, like, if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. So yeah, so I feel very, very weird talking about those books, but I just needed to get them off my chest. And yeah, and for the most part I liked reading those books. my reading experience was fine. It's just the hype that people build around the books that I don't get, especially for Tahereh Mafi, because I absolutely adore this author. She has my heart. I love the way she writes, and I really hope that I can one day be like a writer as good as her. But I don't understand the hype around Shatter Me. Like I really don't, because she wrote so many other things that are so beautiful and so amazing, and people just like read Shatter Me. Read something else. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and bye.